Yo, I'm back with the Chicago erupts. Protesters and ICE deploy on city. Let's get right into it. Like, share, and subscribe.
All right, we're gonna go make an arrest right now. They have a guy right here. Here we go. Are you worried about being deported now? It's been a wild few weeks here in America, and now I'm in Chicago. In Chicago, it already erupted last week, and the eruption continues. Right now, I'm outside of an ICE detention facility center. Just the other day, ICE had to shoot at one of the protesters because they were armed as well, and their life was at threat. They barricaded a car, and Chicago PD stood down and did not go in support of the ICE agents. So things are getting crazy here inside Chicago. I will also be doing a ride-along with ICE in this same video, showing both sides, from the protesters and the ICE agents. Who knows what's gonna happen. We got somebody underneath arrest right here. They just stepped over the boundary and now they have been arrested. And these people right here are the Cook County Sheriff Police. This is not the National Guard here. This is the Cook County Chicago Police.
Take your life.
I can see you're very passionate about this cause that you guys are out here fighting for. What's your message to the Cook County police officers here today?
That the Illinoisans are being kidnapped by ICE daily and put in that detention facility in unsafe, unhealthy conditions. And these guys are more concerned with us peacefully protesting in support of our fellow Illinoisans than they are concerned about freeing fellow Illinoisans from kidnapping.
The big controversy here was initially the National Guard was going to be here, and now it's the Cook County Sheriff Police that are out here. Do you still have hatred towards them as well?
I think they're more professional than ICE, and they must feel embarrassed by ICE. But if they're standing against us and not against ICE, then they're not with us, and I don't support them.
Some people are comparing ICE and the feds, and now they're calling Cook County as well, the Sheriff Police.
I wonder, like, we're gonna continue to get into the video, and hopefully he explore like more of the inner cities too and stuff. I don't know exactly where he's at in Chicago, or Illinois, but we'll figure that out. I mean, I guess it's Chicago. Maybe he went to other cities too, though. But I don't know. But I wonder how it is out there. Like, is it real bad? Cause I've been hearing some stuff, and I currently live in a state right next door, which is Wisconsin. So let's continue to get into it, man, and see what happens.
They're referring to them as the Gestapo. Do you think that's a fair?
I think that's absolutely a fair comparison, because what did the Gestapo do that was so terrible? They hauled people off without due process. What is ICE doing? That exact same thing. You could make an argument that the more local law enforcement is not that, and sure, even if they're not taking part in the actual hauling off of people, they're actively facilitating the taking of people that have been kidnapped and moving them somewhere else. So they're participating, even if they're not officially part of ICE. They are participating in that process of disappearing people. So I'd say that a comparison of them to the Gestapo is perfectly valid at this point. Yes.
What did you think when Kristi Noem came here?
I think it was just a photo op for Ice Barbie, and I don't. If she had to go to the bathroom, she could have gone to the detention center. Or the facility's so bad there that Ice Barbie can't go there.
So keep me. He had to bring a snack. I did the same thing, no cut.
I don't know.
Who's the Ice Barbie?
Kristi Noem, the dog killer. She's like Trump's cabinet official that's above ICE. People call her Ice Barbie online.
And what should they do with the illegal migrants that did come over the border illegally?
This isn't about illegal migrants. They're arresting and detaining U.S. citizens who happen to be brown, people who are driving while brown. They're arresting people who are in the process of getting citizenship or asylum. They go to citizenship hearings and steal people before they become citizens. It's about kidnapping brown people. There's 70 or 80% of the people they've...
That's dirty. They go to sentencing hearings before people become citizens. To get their ass up out of here, that's crazy. But I think that while they doing this, they incentivize, of course. I think every person they bring in, they get a certain dollar amount. Now, I'm not sure what the dollar amount is. I think I read an article and I can't remember if they said it was like 1,500 per head or 3,000 per head or something. Now I guess that was just for the certain city, and I want to say that was I'm not sure what that was for, like for Chicago or LA, wherever the ICE agents was. But that's what I'm saying. I don't want to give a specific dollar amount, even though I just guesstimated 2 times per day. You're gonna see, but yeah, that's why they be so ready to get people, motherfucker. They get paid for it per head.
They picked up are either citizens or legal residents. This is not about illegal immigration at all. That's a red herring.
So what's your message to the ICE agents here?
Lick my balls, get the fuck off my lands. Think about what the fuck you're doing. This is colonization in real time. You're seeing colonization in real time. They're colonizing Gaza. They're colonizing here, Chicago. It's just a continuation of a colonization. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
Who do you think this land belongs to?
It belongs to the Potawatomi, the Miami, the Illinois, the Anishinaabe, the Ojibwe, and any peaceful people that could come here and get along with anybody, you're welcome. But if you don't like my people, I came over here and invaded peaceful lands, and you're still here, and you're in my front yard, and you're in my backyard, complaining and crying about me, you came to my neighborhood, dude. Check yourself.
So if any deals were made in the past, for instance, like the deal Mexico made with the United States when the United States bought Mexico, should
I
those
want them to honor the treaties, bro. They never honored no treaties. All of their fucking doctrines are garbage. They lie, steal, pillage. They never honored no treaties.
I see you have this Antifa flag here. Are you worried about supporting Antifa now that they're declared a terrorist organization here?
There's a lot of misconceptions about Antifa. It's not an organization. You know, the best way I can say is Antifa is a group of people that's standing up to do what's right.
How do you feel about ICE?
I support the deportation of illegal migrants, but
Who's illegal?
I would say anyone who came over the border illegally.
Yeah, but what does that even mean? If you had an illegal asylum claim and now you're in jail or deported, what is legal? That changes at any moment. You could be considered illegal.
I couldn't.
How not?
Because I was born here.
How can you prove that?
I have a birth certificate.
What if you lose that?
If I lose it, then I'll have to go get another one.
What if they don't give you one?
And I'll be.
And what if you are deemed illegal?
If I were deemed illegal, well, it wouldn't really happen because I was born
How
here.
could that not? Why?
Because I was born here.
How is anyone going to believe that if they decide that you're illegal?
There's a lot of evidence that I was born here, so I'm not too worried about that. But the deportation of someone who came over the border illegally, and that's a criminal, I do support.
Who's a criminal?
After being at this protest, I went and met up with ICE to see how a deportation works and go along with a ride-along. Okay. Sounds good.
God damn! Wow.
Yeah.
Deal with all the time.
So now I'm going in. So now we're gonna go show you guys another inside look as to what's going on. I figured it'll be good for both sides to see what's happening, for them and for the people that are in support of what's going on. Now they're yelling at me for going inside the building, but this is gonna show more and more.
What I think on the ICE, deporting immigrants that used to live in America. What I think about that is, I think it is what it is. I mean, I don't have any strong feelings towards it because, of course, I don't know nobody that's or at least I don't know nobody that's an immigrant like up forth. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you talk to people, you don't know if people gonna be immigrants or not, shit like that. But I don't know, man. I just think you want to be. I think ICE agents, I think they doing their job. And yeah, they probably lack compassion, but hey, last time I checked, everyone is doing their job. It's all about the money first, correct? So when the ICE agents do it, they in the wrong. So I mean, it is trash too, cause some people that been in this country for years, like some old, you know what I'm saying, old Mexicans, old Africans, old this or that. It's like, bro, they've been in this country for like 15, 20, 25 years or even more. And they had kids here and stuff like that. Then they get deported. That shit is trash. But at the same time, like when you be out in the world, man, you see people doing some fuck shit, and then they use an excuse. I usually hear cops say it like on movies and shit like that, but it just in any field, though, they do some fuck shit or some bad shit. Oh, this is just my job. This is just my job. It's like, man, come on, man. But it seems like everybody do that, so now people getting mad at the ICE agents, which is weird, man. It's weird.
Both sides, regardless whether you support ICE or don't support ICE, now I have to go meet with some federal law enforcement to talk about the ICE ride-along. But before I go on the ride-along, I want to tell you guys about the sponsor of this video, Opus Clip. What used to just be an AI clipper has now become the most powerful media manager for a fraction of the cost. And Opus recently just came out their new AI editor 3.0. Right here they have a Russian man that they found this morning as they're going out. Was found to be illegal here, and now he's going to be deported. They're chaining him up, and then transportation will come and get him in just a moment. And he was from Russia.
So they found a Russian. I wonder how they be finding these people. Like, do people would like tip the ICE agents off? Is there a number you can call? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they be finding these people? Do they go on the website? Do they go on, like, how? Or do they just check everybody? Or do they just stop and check everybody? Like, where your papers at? Well, this and that. At like certain locations and doing certain times a day. So.
How long illegally?
He's been here about 2 years or so.
That's weird. I would not think the first people we were going to find today was going to be a Russian.
Oh, you know what? They come in all colors.
And Vladimir's going to go take him back.
Probably will.
All right, what neighborhood are we in now?
This is in Elgin. There's a complex called the Marbury Apartments over here. In our immigration databases, there are a lot of people who are wanted by ICE in this location. And it's difficult to infiltrate this neighborhood just due to the fact that there's a lot of folks, as I said, who's wanted. But at the same time, they have scouts. They have people on the lookout for any type of vehicles that might be associated with ICE. And obviously, some of our vehicles, some are tenants, some are not tenants. So we had to come up with creative ways to try to infiltrate what I call it the hornet's nest.
Out of all the places you've been to, while you get these deportations have been going on, how would you say Chicago is as far as it being harder to go through and find these people with? How many people are putting out notices of ICE in the areas?
I think it's hard. Both Chicago, sanctuary cities or sanctuary states and cities, such as California and Chicago, it ranks. They're sort of neck and neck, but I'll just give the edge to Chicago, just due to the fact that we're dealing with the threat levels of the gangs and just the bounties that's wanted, and just the threat level of now people are putting Apple tags in government rides. So I think
people are putting like Apple tags on your guys' vehicles.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how much are some of these bounties they're putting out for you guys?
There was a bounty for the BP officer, Greg, who was overseeing the BP operations, and it was like $10,000. It was $10,000.
And is that to kill you guys or just to get you guys hostage?
Both. I think one was $10,000, the other one was $2,000. So just the threat level, I think, in Chicago is a little bit worse than that when it comes to like Los Angeles.
And right now, what are we specifically looking for as we are driving around?
Right now, we are inside this plaza called Elgin. So we have a lot of targets that frequent this area. So a lot of times what we'll do, we'll have methods to go about trying to apprehend our target locations in regards to this plaza.
And here inside Chicago, they have set up Instagram pages and Facebook pages letting people know inside the communities that ICE is there, making it harder for ICE to do their jobs. And ICE had a targeted subject outside of this grocery store, and while we were waiting for him to leave the grocery store, we were surrounded by a group of vehicles from one of these groups who eventually started protesting inside of the parking lot. You can hear vague honking in the background, as that's a sign in one of their tactics to let everybody know around the around the plaza and in the grocery store that ICE is out. Look, right now, here you have some of these locals, these protesters there, trying to make it known that
like some of the people some of these people might not be immigrants, but I'm pretty sure they probably got family that's immigrants, but they coming up with smart ideas on how to evade ICE. You know what I'm saying? Because at the same time, just put yourself in their shoes, man. Like, would you want your pops, your mama, your brother, sister, cousins, like if you still close when had a relation, like a family relationship with them, like would you want them really to get deported back to Mexico? Imagine if your father got deported back to Mexico, like I said, or your mama, or your brother, your sister, they been here for 20, 25, 26, 28 years. They get deported back to Mexico, like it's like, damn, hopefully y'all still got some family over there. If not, you gotta start all the way over. But I think I want to know something, like when some people get deported, do they go through the process again of coming over here illegally? They probably do. I mean, that's what shit. That would make sense though, wouldn't it? Like if your say if your sibling got deported You know what I'm saying? Then y'all like, what the man? You're like, damn, y'all. But then y'all come up with the money, send it back to them somehow, and to get to re-enter the U.S. You know what I'm saying? So that's interesting. I think that happens, but I wouldn't be surprised if it. I would be more surprised if that didn't happen, like them trying to get back over here.
ICE vehicle. They even have kids holding out signs. They have the Mexican flags outside the windows, and they have kids holding signs back there. In a way, these guys are hindering a law enforcement investigation. Is this something somebody could be arrested for?
We're still waiting for guidance to come down in regards to this type of activity. So hopefully we'll know more here in the future as this type of activity keep on going on across the country.
And while we were waiting, other ICE agents had identified a vehicle with 5 illegal migrants, and watch what happened when they go to try and make the arrest.
All right, go ahead. We'll take it down. Come on, let's take it down.
Getting dirty. Gotta catch it. You can't be mad at him, shit. You gotta catch it. Protesters in the hills. But what's the crazy thing? It's like, bro, how the fuck they say they identify they? Okay, I guess they not gonna exactly tell you how they identify them since they, you know, they age and stuff like that. They don't want to get their secrets away. But it's like, damn, they got up out of there though. Gotta respect.
Look, now you have all the protesters coming. He's right there. Look, all the protesters showed up. Whoa. Jeez. There they are, those two right there. Those two right there. That kid right there.
He calling them out. That's doing too much, man. You a journalist. They in the back seat. Come on, man.
That kid, you got him right there.
Obviously legal.
Yeah. That lady hit our car, so if we had like more people, she would have got arrested.
Really? Yeah,
But it's only-
multiple people hit the car. All those people jumped out of the car. They all started running, 5 different people, 5 different ways. They didn't catch any of them, and they're running right now. And right now, we got a bunch of people following us. We didn't get the guys, but we did get their car keys.
Yes, sir. That's what we did get.
So they won't be able to get back in their car.
Yes, and either we'll try to get it to Elgin Police Department to notify them. We'll take it from there.
And how often does that happen when you guys hop out on somebody, then they all get loose?
We normally try to track them, and then if we don't catch up to them, we'll normally try to go back to see if there's any type of identification that they that fell out of them. And we'll try to get the keys out the car.
Man, those protesters, they started hitting. They hit the car multiple times, and they even snapped one of their wooden poles on the car.
Yeah, so this is what we're dealing with. I mean, you got the community. I mean, you had that. Like that's how hard it is. So that's why we had to have different countermeasures to try to deal with the situation that you guys just seen just now.
Our car wasn't able to get anybody. The car behind us, the white car, they do got somebody back there right now. But what do you guys feel like when you do see a large group of a community coming out and trying to stop you guys from deporting somebody who came to the country illegally?
I just think it's unfortunate because with the community trying to come out and trying to hinder our operations, unfortunately the community doesn't know that some of these people have criminal records, and unfortunately it just sucks going back to the whole city of Chicago, with the mayor not cooperating with us, he's hiding the criminals. So unfortunately, everybody's getting caught up in this situation.
And because are you guys just going after anybody and everybody, or, for instance, that car that we had, the red car, who was in that car?
It was a targeted enforcement. We did our homework in regard to the subject. He was wanted. We tried to effectuate the arrest, but due to the community, they make it hard to try to apprehend these individuals.
Because, for instance, that guy was a deportee. He had once been deported. He came back in the country illegally. Therefore, he is suitable to be deported again?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we'll just reinstate his final order. And that's a misconception that's going on out here as well. Everybody saying they're asking for warrants. But a lot of time, the individuals out here already have a final order. So all we're doing is just making the arrest to effectuate the reinstatement order, and then they'll be deported.
The protesters were hitting, and they did dent the front of the car, and then they also did scrape up the back as well. The mayor here, Mayor Johnson, and Governor Pritzker here, they're going totally against Donald Trump out here. And what does that do to you guys?
Unfortunately, it makes our job even harder. It makes the safety level a little bit higher, elevated with the threats that we're dealing with the community, because everybody think they can help stop the enforcement, because they're trying to hinder our investigative and trying to hinder our arrests. But it's still not stopping. It's just another element to the situation where we have to fight the community as well. So
so the mayor's saying you guys are putting their lives at risk, but meanwhile, by him doing that, they're also putting your guys' life at risk.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only our lives at risk, but it's just putting the general public at risk as well. Once again, since the mayor don't want to cooperate with ICE, he's hiding the people who have criminal records. Unfortunately, with his actions, it's helping them hide in the community. So therefore, it makes our job even harder, because he's hindering that part in regard to us trying to track these individuals. And so it just add another layer with the community, and add another layer trying to apprehend the criminals as well.
And now they're putting bounties on people like you.
Yeah, and it's just unfortunate, because once again, when you're out there telling people to hit record, they take it to another level where they think they can just impede our arrest. So it makes our threat even a little bit higher, because now when we're trying to do an arrest, we have people that's trying to approach us, and it's fine to record, but when you come at arm's length, that makes us a little bit dangerous, because now we don't know if you got a weapon. We don't know your motive of what you're trying to do in regards to the arrest.
And while we left this area, we were tracked down by another protester.
There's a lot of criminals that you're trying to protect too.
Okay, but y'all are ripping innocent people out the car. Record me. I don't give a what up.
Why you gotta cuss? Hey, how about
he recorded me?
Hey, how about you talk to your mayor? Hey, if you talk to your mayor, then things will be a little bit different.
Our governor don't want you guys here. Never mind our mayor. It's our governor.
Okay, he's protecting the criminals.
I can look at whoever I want to look at.
Hey,
y'all can't even show your whole faces. Y'all got masks on but want to talk to me. Y'all are mask scary. Can't show your name, nothing of your identity, but want to be worried about other people.
Well, if you talk to your governor instead of protecting the criminals, then
she make a good point. I wonder, why do they cover up their face? Because it is their job, right? If you ask them why they doing what they doing, they will say, like he just said, like some people got final orders on them and they just doing their job to get them up out of here. Which I said earlier too, like they just doing their job. They're trying to, play devil's advocate. But she made a good point. Like if they really didn't feel bad for what they doing, because regular police officers don't hide their face. FBI agents, ATF agents, you this and that. It's like I think some of them know that, like, yo, bro, this shit is like. You know what I'm saying? Like, we out here doing our job, but this shit is still, like, kind of bogus. And that's the ones he said something of them got criminal records. So I doubt if any of them feel bad for getting them the ones with the criminal records up out of here. But for the ones that's just been here for a minute, a long time, they ain't really doing shit. They like regular citizens. They chilling and shit. They probably do feel bad, bro. And they probably cover up their face and shit because they got to, because that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody get their identity. Then I wonder what's going to happen. That might happen in the future. Real soon, somebody get a ICE agent identity, and who knows? Like, will they pull up to their house? Like, if they get their identity, then they get their address. Will they pull up to their house and do something to their house? Or like, if they got family, will they do something to their family? And I'm not saying I wish this on anybody. I'm just saying this shit might happen. So yeah, let's get right back into it.
Houses in Chicago pulling out American citizens, traumatizing children who are citizens of the United States. How is that?
You're clueless.
All right, we're gonna go make an arrest right now. They have a guy right here. Here we go. This guy is here illegal, and they've already detained him. This was a much easier detained right here. This guy didn't even fight. There was no other protesters here. The officer just moved in. The guy accepted it. This guy obviously probably knew what his potential fate was here in the United States, as he was here illegally. He accepted it. He completely followed the orders of the ICE agents, and now he has now been arrested, detained, and then he will be then deported. And where was that guy who we just arrested from?
He is from Kazakhstan. He's currently in proceedings with a future court date. So we picked him up basically to expedite his court date so he can have his day in court.
Because are people showing up to their court proceedings right now?
Not everybody's showing up, no.
So there is like empty slots per se, like for instance tomorrow there might be court proceedings and 5 out of 10 people might not show up.
Correct, yes.
And then you can expedite.
What I said earlier, they said that some ICE agents was taking people out of the court right before they became citizens. But what if this was that was one side, the other side is saying he's saying that some people don't show up for their court dates. Now that's clearly two different things. Becoming a citizen and showing up for your court date to see if you can still stay here is two different things. But I wonder if that's what some people was mistaken. That's them trying to get them up out of here. Like, yo, they showed up for a court date. Well, what if their court date wasn't actually to become a citizen? It was to see if they can stay here or not. Well, you know what I'm saying? You just don't know unless you like in these shoes and you got the information and shit like that.
Last person who we just picked up.
And ensure that he goes through his court proceedings, yes. So that's why we're picking him up. You know, we're pushing him through the detained court setting, which is a lot faster. He'll probably see his judge within 30 days.
And something I found interesting, you hear a lot of people say like, well, ICE is doing targeting arrests. They're asking people for their documentations on the spot. They're going to the homes. They're breaking down doors. But everything I've seen so far today has just been targeted arrest. Trying to identify the person, it hasn't been like pick and choose per se.
Correct, right. We're not kicking down doors. We're doing target enforcement. You know, we're making sure that they're in the system, that they have criminal records, and there's a need to pick these people up and put them back in detention settings.
All right, right here we have another person. He is illegal.
Senor, identificación. Senor, identificación. Sure. Senor, let me ask you, habla inglés or no?
I do.
Okay, all right. You have papers in the United States?
Have my ID, driver's license.
Okay, but you have any type of paperwork identifying yourself in the United States?
That's what I have.
Right. So, ¿de dónde eres, señor?
I'm from Guatemala.
You're from Guatemala?
Yes.
¿Tiene papeles to be in Estados Unidos, sí or no?
Yes, that's what I have.
What type of papeles, señor?
I have my driver's license and my ID.
Sí, legal.
That's what I have.
Come on, señor. Vamos, let's go. Step up. No, step up.
Come on.
No, señor. Vamos. Vamos. Vamos, step up. No,
can
vamos.
I pull out?
No, vamos, señor. Get up. Vamos, señor. Sí, legal, sí.
What about my wallet?
Now they have this man under arrest. How long have you been in the United States for? ¿Cuánto tiempo lleva aquí en los Estados Unidos?
About...
We got one arrest. Y'all following the van?
I read it to not speak.
¿Qué está pensando en este momento?
My glasses. About my glasses.
That's what worries you most?
Yes. Because I wear contact glasses.
Are you worried about being deported now?
I right to remain silent.
You do have the right to remain silent.
You're here illegally right now, right?
I have a driver's license.
No,
ID.
Right, but the driver's license doesn't give you any status here in the United States.
So he did have a driver's license, however, that does not give you legal status.
But how did he get a driver's license if he didn't have a legal status to be here in the U.S.? Maybe he got it before. I mean, maybe before when he was legal. But that's like, and that was the first time he been pulled over since that. You know what I'm saying?
Here inside the United States. So why did you detain him, and why did you make the arrest on him? Because you were asking for his papers. He said I had my ID, driver license. What does that mean?
So he became targeted. We was doing research in regards to our databases, targeted information. So we had ran across Abraham. He was driving a vehicle. So we did our checks. In regards to our checks, we found out that he was legal in the country. We run our databases. He has certain benefits going on, but that didn't preclude him from removal.
Even if you do have a driver license, that does not make you legal here?
No, not at all. So my approach, Legal in the country. We run our databases. He has certain benefits going on. So we had ran across Abraham. He was driving a vehicle. So we did our checks. In regard to our checks, we found out that he was legal in the country. We run our databases. He has certain benefits going on, but that didn't preclude him from removal.
That's crazy. They found out somebody was legal to be in the country, but they still removed him from the country? Man, what? That's why people out here wilding. They didn't preclude him to be and they preclude him so you can still remove him from the country. Like, bro, what? And they say he has certain procedures and stuff going on. It's like, dog, damn, even legal people got to get up out of here? Yo.
Even if you do have a driver license, that does not make you legal here?
No, not at all. So my approach, I approached the driver door. I wanted to see if he was going to admit to him being illegally here in the country. So I asked him if he had any type of paperwork in the country. He provided me a state license, and that state license does not allow him to have legal status inside the United States in Chicago, Illinois.
After this, will he be deported then, this guy?
For him, he's going to be called what we call an EWI, so therefore he'll be put in an NTA proceeding.
That's weird though, because you can't. All right, you back on. That's weird, cause when you got your license, you gotta have your social security number, and you gotta have your address of when you staying at. So how the hell did he get his license? Then they still say that that he was legal, but he ain't precluded from the process of getting deported, bro. That's why they out here wilding, bro. I'm like, what?
240 proceeding, and he'll be able to see a federal judge. Or not a immigration judge, sorry about that.
So an immigration judge will then decide whether or not he stays or goes?
Yes, sir.
So with these deportations, it's complicated because this guy right here, he had an ID, but that does not make him legal here in the United States. He came over here illegally. He's from Guatemala. He told one of the officers over here, the officer just said he'll have the right to go before a judge, and a judge, immigration court, will decide what happens with him after this. And another thing to think about with these deportations, the reason why these are happening is because of what happened underneath the 4 years underneath the Biden administration, where over 10 million people were able to come into the country unvetted, and now you have to see extreme measures being taken here in the streets of places like Chicago and other places in the United States because of the mass amount of people that came in. That's why they're having mass deportations now, because of the mass amount of people that came into the country illegally. So if the problem wasn't first started, you wouldn't have this problem today. And now you can see underneath Donald Trump, the Trump administration, the border crossings are down to nearly zero. So it was a problem that could have been solved, but it never stopped it. And now you have mass deportations. You had a mass immigration. Now you have mass deportations here in the United States. Now he's in transportation to the ICE Detention Facility Center, and an immigration judge will determine what happens with his future here in the United States. After I had finished my ride along, I checked my phone and it was blown up full of death threats from people from inside of these communities. And they had also posted my face all over these Facebook pages saying that I was some insider working for ICE, when in reality, I'm just a journalist who did a ride along with ICE to show more transparency and to show people what's actually happening with these ICE deportations. And then later that night, I went to the ICE facility to see what was happening as more protests took place.
Okay, so they just proved what. Nothing more than that. So I think I don't know if my mic was just on or not, but it's on now. They just prove what happened to him. They to get an ICE agent's identity. They just slandered him online, man. That's it. So.
So right now you have Cook County Sheriff Office out here. They've created a line outside of this building, and you have all the protesters here. You see signs like Abolish ICE, United We Stand, Afuera. It's a little wild out here right now. You have a lot of people. Right now they get mad at this guy because he has a speaker out, and they do have a curfew at 6 p.m. They cannot be protesting here on the street. They're saying this is an unlawful assembly right now, and they're telling everybody they need to disperse. This is actually the state of Illinois police. We'll see what's gonna happen. Right now, you have people yelling at ICE.
My Mexican father has more balls than all of ICE put together.
And right here, you have a line of Antifa, all in black bloc. Looks like they're gonna be making a resistance line right here. The police right here. Who knows what's gonna happen? You do have people in black bloc right now. They're forming a line. At this protest here, they have everything. You have snacks, water, chips. You have pizza, Coke, Sprite, whatever you want. They got it right here. Look, they have everything here. You have two groups right now. You have the police right here, and then you have a group of Antifa right here. They're acting like they're gonna hold the line, but they keep moving back. The more police officers move as well.
This is an unlawful assembly. You will be arrested. Disperse now.
Antifa's still holding a line right here.
Until 6 p.m.
All right, Antifa has decided to hold the line right here. And now people are throwing stuff. All right, they're gonna make some arrests. All right, there you go.
Get back! Back it up! Back up!
Now you... People are starting to throw stuff. People are crying. The police are not holding back. Now that you have the last line of Antifa that had got arrested, you have a new line that's stepped up, and then you have the Illinois State Police right here. Who knows what will happen? All hell's gonna break loose. What makes you want to stand here in the front line?
Because these are our brothers and sisters. These are our family, our community. We're all part of humanity. And it's a tragedy what's happening. And if we don't fix this now, we will not be able to fix it.
Are you not worried about the police arresting you here?
It's my duty to be out here. If we don't fix it now, it won't be fixed for your generation. It won't be fixed for your children's generation. It's going to take us decades to bring justice around.
Sir, what do you think about this protest here?
I think it's pretty stupid.
Why do you think it's stupid?
Well, because the law enforcement is out here trying to defend our country by getting the migrants out. And what's happening is you got a bunch of people who have been ill-informed or have basically drank the Kool-Aid that are doing things that they think are right but are actually very wrong.
What do you think about the police officers moving these protesters after 6 p.m.?
I believe that they have whatever mandate and orders that they have, and I believe that the public should follow them. I don't think that there is going to be an issue with people peacefully protesting or speaking their mind. But when you start to ignore the orders of police officers, it becomes a problem.
And why do you think here in America people think they can just push the police and get away with it?
Because for so long there's been nothing done about it. They just do it, and then the next guy does it and does it and does it, and nobody goes to jail, no one gets arrested. And now people are starting to realize that if you touch the police and you break the law, you're going to go to jail. This administration is not playing around. These are federal workers and state workers. They need to be protected just like everybody else needs to be protected. So if you're going to come down here and assault these police officers and assault federal officers, what are you going to do to regular citizens? That means you have no moral compass. And if you don't have a moral compass, it's a problem.
Everyone's chanting right now, the people united will not be defeated. Now the police are moving up, and now something's about to break out. Now you actually have the police chanting, move back. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You have two sides just completely yelling at each other. You have these people over here. You have these people over here as well. They're pointing people out. They're saying this is an unlawful assembly. They will start arresting people. Wow.
Well, that's the end of the video. I gave my thoughts on what I think about ICE. They do this or that, and I give my thoughts also on the immigrants that are that have been deported and the ones that are still here and that haven't been deported. And if they go through the process of getting back over here illegally and stuff like that. So, interesting video. I'm out. Peace.